So, despite the repetition of tears, we've also got them being called idle, so they're personified as lazy. The speaker also doesn't seem to know why they're having this reaction. I know not what they mean. And also we've got this, what is this? It's alliteration, but it's also an oxymoron, because we've also got alliteration here, depth of some divine despair. But the divine despair, you know, you've got divine, which is got religious connotations, and also makes us think of heaven and something that's perfect. But then we've got despair, which is, you know, not a nice emotion, an emotion that makes you feel quite powerless. And we've got the tears rising from the heart and gathering in the eyes, so the physical and here we sort of get the idea of why the speaker's upset. In looking on the happy autumn fields and thinking of the days that are no more. So we don't know what is no more, but we can figure that it's something. We can figure that it's something from the past, thinking of the days that are no more. So this is, the past is what's making her, or making the speaker feel upset and making them cry. So then if we move on to the second stanza, fresh as the first beam glittering on a sail. So we've got this imagery of glittering, you know, which really makes us imagine the first beam, I think, is, you know, is the light, is the sunlight on a sail. So we've got the imagery of a boat, and we've got the glittering of that, of the sunrise or the sun. First beam, you know, is probably sunrise, and also that it's fresh. Fresh as the first beam glittering on a sail that brings our friends up from the underworld. So we've got some sort of spiritual connotations here that may link to the divine, possibly, and also brings our friends up. So is this days that are no more? Is that, you know, friends of the speaker that have passed away? Sad as the last which reddens over one. You know, to me, the sad as the last which reddens over one, I think this links to the first beam, so I can imagine that it's when the sun goes down and the sky goes red. Sad as the last which reddens over one that sinks with all we love below the verge. So I think that's probably the horizon, and, you know, it's as sad now as when the day's ending as it was at the beginning of the day. And then we've got repetition here. We've got the type of repetition, what's it called? Anaphora. Okay, so we've got so sad, so fresh, the days that are no more. Again, that repetition of the days that are no more. And also this possibly as well links together this fresh with, so we've got that repeated image or feeling of freshness. We've also got this repeated image of the paradox, the juxtaposition of the, you know, it being so sad, but also so fresh. So we get the idea that the speaker has got mixed feelings. You know, on one hand it's fresh, on one hand it's sad. So as we move on to the third stanza, Ah, strange and sad, as in dark summer dawns, the earliest pipe of half-awakened birds to dying ears, when unto dying eyes the casement slowly grows a glimmering square. So sad, so strange, the days that are no more. So, it's almost as if the speaker's mood and feelings are affecting the weather. Dark summer dawns. Also, we've got this alliteration again, sad and strange, as dark summer dawns, the earliest pipe. So when the birds start singing, and the half-awakened birds to dying ears, maybe that's suggesting that, what's the point in singing if you're dying? And this glimmering square, the casement slowly grows a glimmering square. The casement is a window, like a window frame. So as the sun's rising, the speaker seems to be saying, well, what's the point? Because this person's dying. Again, we've got this repetition of so sad, so strange, the days that are no more. So it's almost building from that first one. We've got up here, we've got and thinking of the days that are no more. Then we have linking with fresh and sad, so fresh, the days that are no more. And then we've got sad here and strange, which again all link into this last almost repeated idea, so sad, so strange, the days that are no more. And especially in this third stanza, usually the sunrise, a glimmering square, it would make you feel happy, joyous to see a sort of new day and the birds singing and everything like that. But this person can't take any joy. Their dying ears, their dying eyes, they can't take any joy from the glimmering square that is the sun coming through the window. And moving